Yo, what's going on? It's KLA Clive Amando. About to give it to you once again. I have a special guest. He's an animator, artist. He likes muscle women, and we gonna chop it up and tell you how it is. Chris Oliver. How you doing,
How you
man?
doing? How you doing, brother? Good. Thank you for having me.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Yo, what is it Chris or Christopher? Cause
You can call
like
me the
the
one. I'm mostly called Chris, but you can call me Chris. But my whole name is Christopher Oliver, so you could just call me Chris.
yeah, that flows better, really, tell you the
Yeah.
truth.
And my
Like Mr.
nickname is
Christopher.
yeah. My nickname I go by Swaggy too.
Yeah, be like, it's the Christopher Oliver show. That type of, I know it's corny, but it flows. It kind of flows. That's why. Yeah, man. I passed. I was browsing through Instagram like I usually do,
Hmm.
and I happened to see you. Well, first I was at Brittany Parish Instagram, and I seen a picture
Oh,
of her,
oh yeah, she
and
is beautiful.
yeah, I know. I've interviewed her a while back,
Yeah,
and she kind of showcased your work, and it was cool, man. I like it.
yeah.
And then I was
Yeah, that's a recent piece I did for her. I was like bored, so I was like, let me do something for her because I love doing work for her just for fun. But that was
right,
that was great to work on that piece.
right. Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. When did you have a love for muscle women and drawing?
Oh well, for starters, I had a love for muscle women after I got out of college, and
Hmm.
it started with I watched Monday Night Raw, and one of my favorite wrestlers is Charlotte Flair. And
Okay.
so yeah, I loved her because she was, she was tall, she was muscular, she was just pretty blonde. And so that's when I developed like a passion for muscular women because I was like those, other dudes back then where women didn't I like I had like that stupid like stick like stereotype, oh, women don't look good with muscles or they look too manly. But as I researched it, these women, they actually look beautiful. Like they deserve the respect, and it's a lots of muscular women out there that compete, or if they don't compete, they just do it for the lifestyle. They just love to bodybuild, and I find that fascinating, and they actually look beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful bodybuilders. Yeah, like I mean, I started like paying attention to them when I was like maybe like 15 or 16 years old.
Yeah,
Like
actually, right. Actually, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. A long time ago, when I was little, I used to watch this movie. One of my favorite movies is Armed and Dangerous. And in
okay,
that movie there were like three female bodybuilders in the film. They were at this gym, and I never knew their names, but they were just, I was so shocked how muscular they were, like they as big as the dudes. So
yeah,
that was cool to see, so that was, I guess, that was my first introduction into like muscular women, because I've never seen nothing like that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like you like before, like in the 80s and the 90s, you would see them
Yeah,
on TV and even in
right,
talk shows.
right.
But as the year progressed and years went by, you stopped seeing them. They're not really as popular as they were like in the 80s and 90s. I
Yeah,
think that in that time they was a bit curious. The society was curious about them, and then
yeah.
certain
Hmm.
things happen, and then it's like,
Right.
fuck them. Excuse my language. And they put them aside to the shelf. But
Yeah,
there's fans there.
hmm yeah, because yeah, you're absolutely right. I think female bodybuilding became more popular in the '80s because before, I think women was just competing in the bikini category. There was
Right.
there was no such thing as like the physique or bodybuilding category, because the
Yeah.
bodybuilding world was mostly dominated by men. So when
Yeah.
women stepped into the scene, it's like, whoa, these women actually look good. and then you see more and more of them. And you had the '80s, the '90s, and then you had the 2000s. But I feel like in this day and age, women's bodybuilding is still popular. But yeah, that's what I think.
Do you go to shows?
I've never been to a show. I would love to go. Like just to even if it's an amateur show. Well, I would one of my a dream come true would be to like either go to the NPC North American Championship or Arnold Classic or Olympia. Now Olympia, I heard that's a very prestigious event.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I haven't been to a show. I was thinking about going to the New York Pro in May.
Hmm.
But I gotta, because I was looking at it because I was thinking because it seemed like it's not the prices ain't too bad. I think one is like $99 or something for
Yeah.
a seat.
Hmm.
I gotta look at it again, but I'm
Right.
sure I can. But the thing is, it's like in New Jersey, and like somebody had told me like I would have to like drive through the George Washington Bridge, like through an
Hmm.
Uber and something like that,
Hmm.
to get to where I'm at. So
Right.
yeah, I could take the train and then to Manhattan, then probably I think on 42nd Street, get off at you don't know what I'm talking about with
Yeah. Well,
the city,
well,
but
I've been to New York 4 times, but I never
yeah,
got the chance to like take the train there. But now as far as the New York Pro Show, I had the opportunity to live stream it. Like
yeah,
I purchased the event, and I wanted to see it for like one particular female bodybuilder that I was always following. Her name is Stephanie Flesher, and
okay.
yeah, she like her routine was just so beautiful. Like it mesmerized me. Like I couldn't like I couldn't stop watching. That's the main reason why I wanted to see the show.
Right. Have you ever seen like a female bodybuilder in person or anything like that?
Um, this funny story.
Or
Uh,
just a muscle girl? And
okay, all right, Muscle Girl, I could do. All right, well, okay, funny story. One time I was in Walmart and I happened to just walk by. I was by the checkout lanes,
right.
and I seen this woman. I saw how big her deltoids were, and I got it was a quick glimpse, but I saw how big her deltoids were and her bicep. I'm like, well, like, does she bodybuild? And so I didn't want to stare too hard because I don't want to be rude. But yeah, but that's actually the first time I've seen a muscular woman like that. And of course, sometimes I go to the gym, and I've seen some buff women there.
Oh, okay. I thought you had you was gonna keep going, but yeah,
Yeah.
I seen I've seen muscle. I came across muscle women like one time I was in Manhattan. I passed through a gym and I seen this woman. Her legs was big and she was
Mm,
running the treadmill and I was like mesmerized. So there was this dude. He was like sitting there and I'm just looking at this woman. And I'm like, damn, like wow, she looked amazing. And this dude, he's like looking at me, and I just kept it moving.
yeah,
And
like
so,
it,
yeah,
it probably was a boyfriend or something. So it's like one of those instances you're not really sure, but it's kind of hard not
yeah,
to look, you know?
yeah. Yeah. So like, yeah, it could like it would be rare. Like I would see it wasn't every day that I see a muscle woman. Really, tell you the
Yeah,
truth.
right.
Like in New York City, because majority of the times you do see athletic women like run and stuff like that, and some of them they're nice in condition stuff like that.
Hmm.
But
Right.
like to see a bodybuilder, it's like wow. Then one time I seen like this chocolate muscle girl, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get creepy on you. But like I seen her pass by. I was like, wow. I seen her one day, and I'm just looking at her. So like I was like sitting like in the grass or something like that, and then I seen her running, and so I used my camera and I filmed her and stuff. So she waved at me and stuff,
She waved
and
at you?
I was
Wow.
yeah, like and I was kind of acting like I didn't really notice that she was waving. I just wanted to just get her. And until when I seen her, I was like, "Oh shit!" She waved at me, but I think she waved at me because she sees me doing that, And so yeah, I remember one time. I mean, I've seen like even in Barnes and Nobles, like I was looking at this magazine and like a book, a workout book, and there was another chocolate sister. She was like close to me, and she was like, "Hey, can I check your book out? Can I check that book out?" I was like, "Yeah, you could check it out." So I asked, I was like, "How many times do you work out?" So she was like, I think either 7 or 6 days a week or something like that. I was like, "Wow, you look
Mhm.
nice." And she was like, "Thank you." So sometimes, like there were moments where I seen it, but like to just like engage. And then,
Yeah.
recently I went to a place, it's called Velvet Row. I don't know if you ever heard of it. And
Mhm.
so like it's like a fetish event where, it's a fantasy night
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, fantasy night. Yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and one of the hosts, she was a former bodybuilder competitor. Her name is Michelle Fostita, and I've seen her for years. I
Mhm.
mean, like I came across her one time in the street, and but I seen a video of her, but to go focus on what I'm saying, that I kind of went to the event and me and her got cool, and her and her husband and stuff like that. So, they would like have like guests, or they don't even have to be bodybuilders. It's like a fetish event and stuff. So,
Right.
yeah, I
Yeah.
met Rita West. I met Ruby Rose or something. Not Ruby Rose. Ruby, like she's
Oh yeah,
from
Ruby.
The UK.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
Ruby
she goes
Muscle.
by another name. Yeah, Ruby
Yeah,
Muscle.
yeah,
She
she's
she
beautiful.
go yeah, yeah. And there are a couple of they were like the couple of two that I've interviewed. And
Mhm.
I met another, her name is Marcy Simmons. And yeah, I usually, go over there, and at times I chill and stuff like that. It's a cool
And
event.
no, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
So
go ahead.
I was going to ask you a question, like, so how did you where where how did you kind of develop a passion for drawing and stuff?
Well, it started when I was a kid. I always had a passion for drawing. I always loved using crayons and stuff. But it really became a passion of mine when I was like, I want to say 11 or 12. And I'm gonna tell you a story about like what really got me going with drawing. It started with this video game, and it was I don't know if you it was this,
Okay.
and this is Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, and this was my introduction into cars because growing up I always loved cars. Um, even before the storytelling part, so I was always drawing, but at the same time I drew people. I would like get like modeling magazines like Vogue or something, and I would like I was always doing observational drawing. I didn't know nothing about perspective or sometimes I drew freehand, but I didn't know nothing about like perspective or like anatomy. I didn't learn that until later. So later on, like when I was about 12, 11 or 12, I started drawing comics in marble composition books. Like my mom, whenever she went to the store, she always got me these marble composition books, and I would just draw or just write these story like novels. And like my brain was like on 100 because I've always came up with these ideas for like a new story. I feel like an actual writer, and so I would say like if like what got me started in or with storytelling, it started with watching my one of my favorite two films of all time, and it's like Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters too. Yeah,
Yeah, and Mighty Morphin Power
I
Rangers, the
liked it the
movie.
first one, but it's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
How old are you again? 33?
34.
34? Okay,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
young.
So
So,
yeah, so I wanted to like when I saw Ghostbusters 2 for the first time, it was on a recorded VHS tape, and the scene that really got to me was the courtroom scene where the Ghostbusters they was catching the Scolari brothers with their proton
mm,
packs, and I was so
mm,
amazed by the special effects and the pink slime. And so, like, really, that was my introduction not only to that franchise, but my love for storytelling. And then you have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I grew up watching Power Rangers, so you have
yeah,
those two films, and then of course I have a long list of inspirations down the line that inspired me to become a filmmaker that I am today. So yeah, that was my introduction into storytelling. And as far as the drawing part, that's part of it too. Like with my favorite movies, TV shows, cartoons. I would literally just sit there on the floor in my marble composition book and just draw anything while I was watching Cartoon Network or stuff like that. Like it was these crazy stories on television, like these tales and stuff that inspired me to do my own stories. So that's how I got introduced to it.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, let me showcase some of your work.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite bodybuilder?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Man, my favorite
Like, name
bodybuilder.
five, like five favorite bodybuilders that you
Okay, I'll pick my five. My favorite ones is Brittany Parrish. Um, her first name is Doris. I can't pronounce her last name. And then my third, her first name is Natalia, and well, there's two Natalias I follow. There's three of them, so many of them, and you have let me see, my fourth one, uh, Sherry Sherry
Priami?
yeah, Parami. Yeah, that's another one. And my fifth one has to be hmm, it's this she's pretty huge. It's this South Korean female bodybuilder. Her name is
I think I know who
Hanwoo
you're
Park.
talking.
Hanwoo Park.
Oh, okay.
That's her name. Yeah,
Oh,
she
okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. When did you start it? Like, kind of like, I'm gonna just draw muscle women.
Uh, Let me see. It started with after I got out of college because I started creating this character which is what you see right now. Her name is Bethany, and she's a character in a book series I created back in 2018. It's called Ladies Love Me, and this is a book series I have on Amazon, and she like was like she's like a representation of my love for female bodybuilders, and I wanted to depict her like that. Like I wanted to showcase her beauty and strength. And as far as like what I don't know if you saw my film Muscle Chick Magnet.
Yeah, a matter of
Yeah,
fact, I kind of recorded it on my phone because I'm on my phone right now, and I
right,
recorded your video so I could showcase it like after,
right, right. So she's in that film. So um she first appeared in the Ladies Love Me book series that I have on Amazon right now. And so when I got back into filmmaking back in 2022, I decided why don't I bring back this character? So I decided to make a little fun short film. And then as far as the love interest that she would have, his name is Johnny Swagger, aka J Swag, and he's another character that is in the original book series. So really, I wanted to revamp the story, but do it differently. Because I wanted to bring something like creative to storytelling. Well, to my universe, because I'm really inspired by the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love their storytelling is genius. How they is able to take each character in a standalone film. Like the story, the like each story is masterful. and and to bring them all together in one film like the Avengers. And so
Right.
yeah, that's what really impressed me about what they do over there in Marvel is just the storytelling, them and Walt Disney. So that's who I'm inspired by. So
Yeah,
that's
that.
yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. But my my characters are not superheroes; they're just regular people. So, I
Yeah,
want to do some crazy stuff.
yeah. That was the early stage when Marvel was at its peak, but now it's like,
Yeah,
eh. But I know
yeah,
what
like
you mean. Yeah,
yeah. I
I know
remember
what you
growing up. My first Marvel film was Blade.
Oh yeah, right, right.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, you already know, like the late '90s. That was that when that film
Yeah,
came out. Like that. First of all, I didn't even know he was a Marvel character until later, and then I read the credits. I'm like, wow, he's part of the Marvel universe, and
yeah,
I love the storytelling. And then and then later on you had the Spider-Man movies, which were great, by the way. So
right, right. Yeah. So who's this character?
yeah, she was a female bodybuilder. I don't think she's on Instagram anymore, but she was a female bodybuilder, well, upcoming female bodybuilder that I was following. I did this work for her, this drawing. So yeah, she she was like, I think she was 17 at the time,
Mm,
and so I wanted to do something nice for her because she saw my work, and so I was like, why not do something for her? So that's how I came up with this. Now, the inspiration behind this is I wanted to do something like a transformer type of theme, like a fan art. Like
mm.
what if a female bodybuilder was for the Autobots and one was for the Decepticons or some stuff like that. I wanted to do just something outlandish, but fun at the
Okay.
same time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember, like, I was drawing like when I first came to social media, I would like draw for the female bodybuilders at times. I remember I drew stuff like Brandy May.
Brandy May, yeah.
Whoever, yeah, I kind of like always picture her like a comic book hero, because like she just had that something about her, just it was kind of like a fetish and an action type of action hero type thing, because I
Yeah.
draw too and stuff. Maybe I should show you my stuff real quick. I'll be back.
Okay.
So, so, yeah, I know I'm out on this phone, but tell me if you see it, something.
I see a
You
little
see
bit.
it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see a little bit.
Tell me you see it. Is it good?
Bring it closer. Bring it close to the camera.
I don't know. Wait.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, okay, I see it now. I see some muscle. Yeah, I see it.
Is it more clearer?
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I do this like years back and stuff. Yeah, some other stuff I can show you real quick. I ain't gonna make it about me, but you know, you see that one?
A little bit. Bring
Tell me
yeah now.
when.
Okay, now I see it. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a nice bicep flex. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So I
yeah.
always
So
had a thing drawing. I would draw. I'd be drawing. I was draw like if like let's say like I think like for me like sometimes like if I didn't really have anything to do, I would just draw the muscle women because sometimes they were like more of a little bit of inspiration to just draw because sometimes I'd be like in and out and sometimes I didn't know what to draw.
right,
And I would kind of like I would like not kind of, but I would animate them as well too. I would use like animate um Flash animation animate. I don't
right.
know if you use that. I
Um,
I
I
did that.
use I use Clip Studio Paint. But when I was in college, I used a program called TV Paint, and it was pretty easy to use. So when I got out of college, I had to find. I was trying to find other programs to use. So then I
Mhm.
came across Clip Studio Paint when I was able to start like illustrating again and do my filmmaking. But I'm gonna tell you a story about like what got me into animation. Can
Okay.
so as far as the cars go, like I said, my for the longest time, I wanted to become the first African American car designer for Lamborghini because that's always been my favorite car company. And so my mind was just set on that, especially after at the age of 12, after going to my first auto show here in Philly, I saw a Lamborghini Murcielago in person with the doors up. And so automatically I was like, that's what I want to do. I wanted to do car design. So I pursued it, and so later on, I discovered that I can take classes, art classes, at Community College of Philadelphia. And a friend of mine recommended that to me. His name is Dr. Anthony Driggers. He was the director of the college at this Northwest campus. It was like a satellite campus, and so if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known about any art classes at that college. So I started taking it. I learned about basic drawing perspective, just the basic drawing principles. And so when I graduated from Community College of Philadelphia, I took my talents to Detroit, and I attended a college called College for Creative Studies. It's in Midtown Detroit, and I took a lot of transportation design classes and realized that like through that whole experience, transportation design is not all about just drawing cars. It's about drawing modes of transportation, and you're trying to it's originally called industrial design, which you're really trying to find the design problem. What can you come up with that is better than the previous version? That's basically what it is. And you think about it, that's what all these cars are built for. Like what makes this car model so special than its predecessor? So that's what I've learned. When I was going to CCS, and so it's been a great experience. I met a lot of amazing people, a lot of amazing professors, and one pivotal moment in my life was when I was stressed out because I loved cars, but I didn't realize the workload that it entailed. Like I didn't realize it was that stressful. So
All right.
one moment of my life, I just broke. I was so stressed out, and so one professor pulled me aside and had a chat with me. And her name is Caroline Peters, and she was the one that convinced me to go into animation because she saw the style of my drawing. She described my style of drawing as very graphic, like as far as like how I draw. And so they
Mhm.
gave me an idea. I was like, why don't I go into animation and illustration? So I switched my major from transportation design to animation when I was in my sophomore year. And so once again, I didn't know what I was getting into when I got into animation as well, because I'm going into another field that I have no experience in. There were classmates that were much more skilled than me, and I didn't start to get good until I got to my senior year. And so that's when I made like my very first like sort of like long short film, and it's called Encounter. It was 2D animated film. It's about this alien woman from outer space that goes to planet Earth and finds her soulmate. That was my very first film, and that wound up being in 3 film festivals. And yeah, so yeah, that was really my first work in college, and then Muscle Chick Magnet came later, and then you have Aphrodisiac and all those films. So with that being said, my experience was like it was a lifesaver. It exposed me to a lot of things, a lot of lessons, and so I'm very grateful for what I've accomplished, and I wouldn't change it for the better.
Yeah. Speaking of that, let's kind of check it out. one of your animations.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't get the last part. I seen the last part. I didn't notice the last part when
yeah,
but they can check your stuff out, man.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
you know,
You
I
can,
got the
yeah,
little. I got
right.
it.
You can people can check out my films and stuff on Chris Oliver Imaginations LLC on YouTube. Yeah, you can check out Encounter, Muscle Chick Magnet, Aphrodisiac, and those other animated clips that were shown. So yeah, you can do that. And also, if you want to purchase my books, you can uh, you can email me because there's a long list of books that I have on Amazon. So if you want to purchase them, my just reach out to me at co257 220 at gmail.com, and I can send you the links to my books.
Okay. Well, we got another bonus too, just in case. Yeah, so you go to the gym?
Yeah, sometimes I go to the gym when I have the time. Yeah, I do. I do a lot of like sometimes well, I mostly do like the basic stuff. I work on my biceps, just the basic stuff. I work with dumbbells, barbells. Sometimes I work yeah, I work on my back, my chest, my shoulders. But other than that, I don't know nothing about bodybuilding, so I don't really touch the other machines cuz I don't want to scare myself. But a friend of mine told me it doesn't hurt to ask, like
Yeah.
how does this work? Because I don't want to embarrass myself. One time I did I went to the bench press machine and I did a quick. I think I did like maybe 10 reps. Yeah, just one set, just something quick. Just to get the feel of it. Because and I'm gonna tell you something. It was kind of a struggle to keep lifting that up. So that's because I never did that before, so I had to get used to it. So other than that, I just do the basic stuff, and then I do an hour of cardio.
Do you got weights at home?
Sometimes like if I can't go to the gym, like let's say the weather's too bad, I work out in my basement. I just do simple cardio on a bike, like just a spin bike. I do that for an hour, and I've been doing that for like since 2018 when I first got into fitness because I mostly got into fitness because of my to maintain my mental health. And
Mm.
so that's the main reason why I did it, and it's been beneficial. I make sure I maintain my weight and stuff like that. So and I try to eat healthy. So
But do you got dumbbells? That's what I'm trying to ask.
mm, I think they're in my house somewhere. I think I
Oh,
got some when I was in high school, but
oh,
they're in here somewhere. But I was thinking about buying some new ones because I've seen
yeah.
like bro. There are so many like new equipment you can buy online, and some of them is not cheap, but a lot of it is expensive.
Yeah, because I asked because I'm thinking about like I could refer you to somebody they here in New York City, and I was seeing them for a little bit,
Hmm.
and just they you pay like $40, and they you since you in Philly, like it's like a FaceTime thing, like on
Hmm.
like a camera, like virtual, and
Okay.
yeah, and then I mean he's a good trainer, like he get like you work out on, you do squats and lunges, and it's varieties of things that he know, and so yeah, I probably would have to ask him and then get back to you on that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because sometimes I look up videos on YouTube to some strategies towards like training because of like the bicep exercises. That's what I had to do. But first, before I did all that, I used to use sometimes I still use it resistance bands, and I would work on my biceps and my back. So that's what I started out doing. And then when I got a chance to go to the gym again, I haven't been in a real gym since I was in college because we had like a workout room. So,
Yeah.
but this gym I go to now, it's got like all the different kinds of weights and stuff. So I was able to slowly build myself up. I started out with 15-pound dumbbells and worked my way up to 20. And then with barbells, I started out with like 30 pounds, and then I worked my way up to 40. So it was I love to pace myself. I'm in no rush because I don't know nothing about lifting. I'm just here for the ride, just the journey to see where it leads me. But other than that, I'm just trying to have fun.
Yeah. You never thought about seeing a trainer or anything like that though? Like
I thought about it, like one day I'm gonna reach out to a personal trainer, to see like if I can like find a way to I guess build more muscle, like and better nutrition. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I would work out at times, but I do like different kind of exercises. I do like meditation exercises and stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like this exercise called it's not an exercise, but it's a practice. It's called Falun Dafa, and it came from China and stuff, but it's mostly focuses on the mind and body
Okay.
and like the characteristics of the universe, truthfulness, compassion, forbearance, and
Mhm.
it's like 5 sets of exercises, and the exercises open up the energy channels,
Right. Yeah,
and
cause yeah, I
yes,
noticed. Yeah, I noticed that like especially like when you like I guess have an intense workout, the
mhm,
endorphins start to kick in, and then I noticed every time like I work out, I have a better mood. So that's what I've discovered over the years.
yeah, yeah. I've been doing it for like since 2006
Wow.
and stuff. Like, but before that, I did like yoga, and I would run, and I would try to be healthy and stuff like that. Did calisthenics a lot, mostly.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, do stretching and stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. But
Okay.
yeah, but back to the animation, like so so it's yeah. I took like animation courses, but I never took like a semester. I
Mm-hmm.
paid for like a course, and I took one like in traditional animation and stop motion animation
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah, it
Yeah, I
wasn't
did.
very easy.
Yeah, when I first started out in animation, uh I started out doing traditional like hand drawn, and
Right.
eventually I made my way to digital, because every I like the animation field has changed, because I noticed one day that some of the classrooms were filling up with these drawing tablets, like these Cintiqs, and I was like, wow, I'm
Mhm.
like, what are these? And so when I got a chance to really use one, I took this class called Digital Fundamentals, and it introduced me to a drawing tablet. And it was weird at first, because I'm so used to drawing with a pencil that I had to learn how to use what might as well call it a digital pencil. So I had to get used to the surface and where the pen was on the screen and stuff like that. So as I kept using it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this forever. I'm like, this had the game is this has changed things. So
Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, that's when I started doing like digital illustrations, and I started with the digital and that's when I started doing the films and stuff like that with the drawing tablet. Sometimes I would use the big Cintiqs in the studios, and so yeah, it was fun.
Okay. What questions I got? Yeah. Did you ever like knowing that like when you join like these Muslim women, did you ever felt like people judging you and stuff or looking at you funny?
Like, trying to think, like I don't really pay it no mind, because it's something that I'm into. I've always been into, but I always think about people that that support me, that's been following my work for a very long time, and the muscular women that I follow, they follow me, and they like my work, so that's what I'm focused on. And the whole time I'm drawing these muscular women, I'm representing them through my artwork. So that's mainly what I focus on. That's my passion.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that
And I
that's
talked with
yeah, yeah, she's
Lori.
another one I follow. Yeah.
Yeah. I never like interviewed her, but I went to a live stream and she was there and we was talking. She's pretty nice. She's very nice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
one day I would like to meet her in person. Like
Yeah.
any of these female bodybuilders, I would like to meet in person.
She lives in the West Coast. I
Yeah, I
know.
think in California. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who this is, but she's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
her name is Fernanda. I think I'm pronouncing her last name right. Arajo. I think that's how you say her last name. But she's Brazilian.
Okay, yeah. A lot of the Brazilian chicks like they don't speak English, but like I remember I was talking with one and with the through the translator, and she told me that they don't really women women that look like her don't really get that much love. They tell me, she was telling me that they would they like let's say she's passing by, like she would hear people talking negative about her and stuff like that, because
You know,
it's not traditional for a woman to look like that,
yeah, yeah, of
so
course, yeah, of course they're going to get reactions like that because in society, I mean, women were not meant to look like that. So you're going
right,
to get criticism like that. But every time I see women like her and others around the world, it's so inspiring, like empowering, really, for women, for these type of women to showcase their body and be like I don't care what people say. I love the way I look. Like these muscles on me are beautiful. That's how I see it. And so yeah,
yeah,
yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, they are beautiful, but like any other chick, it's like they got issues and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
I've dealt with some nice ones, and I've dealt with some ones that almost I cursed them out a little bit. I'm not keeping real with you. So but it wasn't like to a point where it was like I don't want to do that whole explanation, but it was mostly like in a sense of like trying to interview. So a lot of them, man. It's not always easy, and
Hmm.
so like one of them, it was more of a transaction because some of them they do be wanting you to pay them to come in. So
Hmm.
I did. And I'm not saying that's smart or that anybody should do it, but I did that, and so the person they seem like they gave me the impression that they wanted to do it. So but like when it was time for them to come on, they canceled. They couldn't do it like twice, and so the third time it was like I didn't get no response, and
Hmm.
so I got upset. I was like, yo. Like, I called her a whore and stuff. I got upset and stuff like that. Like, give me back my money and stuff. So, she did give. I give it to her. She did give it. She did give me back my money and stuff. And she told
Yeah.
me, like, next time don't send me money without consulting with me or something like that. And I just was like, what? Okay. So, I mean, I've had good experiences and I've had bad experiences with
Yeah. Yeah.
with some of them. So.
You just gotta watch yourself. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, your drawings is cool. Like, how long did it take you to do like the animation?
For what my films?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it all depends on
Well, with
what you.
this one, like,
Oh man, that one. Hmm. It all depends on what your storyline is. If you whatever you're trying to write, whatever your story you're trying to depict, that's how long the process is. Can't give you a specific number, but it's like a process. Because first off, you have to try and write down the premise of the story and try to like come up with an outline, which is try to do some concept art to try and figure out like what this film is actually going to look like. And so once you do that, then you go through some you do some backgrounds, and then you do like the environments and stuff. Then you do the rough animation. You do rough. You do tie down, which is details like your like the details of a character, like the eyes and the ears and stuff. Then you do final line and color, and then you do cleanup. And that's basically the animation process. And like I said, whatever the story is, that's how long it takes. Like for my first film, with Encounter was like it took me from because I was in my senior year. from 2016 to 2017. So it took me that whole semester to complete that project because I had to kind of be on restart because my story wasn't translating to the drawings that I was coming up with. So I had to
Okay.
go back to the drawing board a little bit and figure out, like how can I create a unique story? And it started a encounter really started out with me watching Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, and I was so impressed by the environments that after watching that movie, I went on my laptop, started typing, and just like putting together this brand new story that that I was so jazzed about. I couldn't wait to tell about. So I sent it to my professor. Next day he saw me. He said he loved it. And so yeah, it's amazing what inspiration will do to your own story writing. So yeah, that's basically what happened. And then as far as Muscle Chick Magnet, I just wanted to create something fun, something everybody can enjoy, and then um Aphrodisiac was I was inspired by the inspirations behind Aphrodisiac is was Michael Jackson's Thriller, The Howling, and A Nightmare on Elm Street. The I think it's called Dream Warriors. And
Yeah.
so, because I wanted to use those kinds of elements in that film to really depict this horrific, this nightmarish type of film that'll like make you jump out of your seat a little bit. So like when I talk with some people and when they watch the film, they that like they actually see like they actually enjoy it. And so that film was the first time I had a deadline, like fresh out of school, like no, well, not fresh out of school, but long time since I've been out of school that I set a deadline for myself because I'm no longer with professors and stuff like that. I'm not like in a big studio setting. Like I have all the time to myself. But for this particular film, I wanted to release it in the month of October, which was last year, um, to like because I wanted to create something for Halloween. And
Right.
so at first I was like, I'm gonna release it on the 31st of October. I was like, no, that's not on the date on the actual day because you want to give people time to really digest it. So that's why I released it. I think it was a few weeks before Halloween. So yeah, so I once I got everything together, I started editing. I was like, why don't I just release this now? And so that's when I got it done. It got released, and yeah, it's won 2 awards so far. And Muscle Chick Magnet altogether has won 5 awards. So
Yeah. Where this is at? Like
what?
what festival? No, the
Oh,
festival. That's what I'm trying to
oh,
ask.
well, for Aphrodisiac.
Yeah, for the stuff that you did, like you like as a film festival in Philly, or
Well, these film
that's what I'm trying to
festivals,
ask.
they really took place. There are a lot of film festivals that take place around the world, and some of them is online,
Oh,
like
okay.
online film festivals. Yeah,
All right.
it's like it takes place like in different areas of the world. So I get a lot of invites, because they see my work online.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope. Like
yeah.
do you plan on making like films longer, like maybe like 20 minutes or
You know what?
maybe 90?
That's been on my mind for a while. I'm thinking of doing my first feature film. I just have to sit down and really like come up with like some type of storyline that's really going to sell to an audience, because it's one thing to write a short film, but it's another thing to write a long film, which is something that I've never done before. So that'll be a challenge for me, but I look forward to experiment with that, because that'll be another notch under my belt that I'll get to talk about and be proud of, because I can say that, hey, I did this too.
Out of curiosity, you ever like since you out of like animation school, you ever like try to like showcase your stuff, like your reels, to a animation company, or did you ever have a thought of like working in an animation studio, like a Warner Brothers or a Disney type of thing?
Yeah, I thought about that, but I learned that in order to be a professor told me a long time ago, in order to be getting known is like winning a lottery. So it's
Right,
like at first I knew what I kind of knew what she was coming what she was talking about, but now years later, as I'm getting back into filmmaking and I'm winning all these awards, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting known now. So I now and now that her voice is in the back of my mind, and now I understand what she was talking about when I had that conversation with her. But as far as the big time studios like Warner Brothers and stuff like that, I've learned that you can't send unsolicited projects to these studios because like you just can't do it. It's like I guess it's against the law or something like that. Because like I guess it's a thing where you it's about being in that circle. If you're in that circle, like with like those directors and stuff like that, then if you work for one of those studios, then I can see you trying to like get something created. But if you're unfortunately you're on the outside looking in, and what I've learned is that after attending a film festival event online, which was the Shockfest Film Fest, I submitted Muscle Chick Magnet into that festival too. Um, I attended this panel, and one of them said that which is something already known. The film industry is dog eat dog. It's tough, and it's tough getting yourself out there. So it's and one of them was like, in order basically the short answer, in order to be known, you just gotta keep plugging at these film festivals and hope that someone recognizes you. You know,
right.
that's basically the film business.
I mean, I would just suggest, I would just ask him because like I was curious about it, and like I think it was like Walt Disney or something like that, and animation is different fields of it. So you
Right,
could do storyboard or something like that,
right,
and then
right.
you show like a reel where the person is walking, and the basic animation type of thing.
Hmm.
If
Yeah, I
I
yeah,
know that, like, if you do that, like, it ain't, like certain projects, it's not a guarantee. Like you'll work now. Let's say you do a project, and then it's like you got to start all over again, like looking for another job, and that's the hardship of being in the animation industry. But I was just saying
right.
it like, you got experience. Maybe you could put your feet in the door for now, and I don't know. It's just a thought
Yeah,
to action.
yeah. So like I recently submitted into this film festival. Is Cannes Indie Shorts, which is I already know about Cannes. It's one of the biggest film festivals in the film industry. So
Right.
I got they reached out to me through email. I'm like, hey man, this is Cannes. So it was no doubt in my mind. I'm submitting into this festival. So I submitted Aphrodisiac into that. So I'm hoping that I get selected. So that'll be major, very major.
You ever thought about doing like a live action,
Oh man,
like
let me tell you something, bro. I think about that all the time. Like, since my films include a lot of muscular women, I want to
right?
do a live action film involving some type of like muscular woman, like reach out to reach out to somebody like especially somebody that I know, like the ones that I follow. I would one day I would love to do a project like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, months back, I interviewed a guy. He's a filmmaker, and he worked with bodybuilders like Kay Baxter. I don't know if
Mm,
you're familiar with her.
yeah.
And he did like a film called, I forgot the film, but he did like wrestling session films also,
Hmm.
like fantasy films and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And,
Yeah. There's
so
yeah. Because I've
but
seen like there are film studios that I know that's out there. It's called All Films that they do a lot
yeah,
of muscle. Yeah, a lot of muscle
Yeah, I
fans.
talked to the guy. Not to cut you out, but I talked to a guy that the creator that like months back. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's a pretty cool guy. You know,
Okay.
yeah. He did. Like if you see his films, he worked with a lot of women there, and he respect the women and stuff. He's telling me how he started. Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, like I feel like it's needed in the film industry, like, because there's not, if you look at it, there's not really a lot of muscular women in like in films. Like there may be very
yeah.
little, but it's not a lot. Like the latest I've seen, is this muscular woman. Her name is Katie O'Brien, and
Okay.
I first seen her in that Star Wars TV show on Disney Plus. I think it was
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was the Mandalorian, and then I seen her
Yeah.
again in Ant Man Quantumania, and then you have this new film that she's in, Love Lies Bleeding, and I was like, oh, I know who she is. She's a bodybuilder, and I was like, wow. So I want to see more of that in the film industry, and so I would like to be a part of that. So, and
Yeah.
it's like, like I said, I feel like it's needed because there are a lot of phenomenal women out there, you know, that deserve to get to have that spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, it's whether society it's not really marketable. They don't look at
Yeah,
it something marketable, and I don't know. Maybe I mean there are attractive women that I be looking at. I'm like, wow, she look like she could be in a movie or something like that, or
yeah,
just modeling, or be in the cover. Yeah, be in the cover of a magazine. But
right,
society, it really don't really. It kind of like turns like it don't accept it. That's the simple way I
right.
could say it.
Right,
So, but
because you think about like a long time ago when Arnold first got into filmmaking, like when he
right,
first started in Conan the Barbarian. People didn't really take him seriously because, oh, a bodybuilder can't become a film like a movie star, and
yeah,
so it's because he changed everything. It's because of him, so he made it
yeah,
possible. So what if
right,
that was the same? What if that was the same thing for a female?
right.
That's my point.
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember Corey Everson, like in the 80s, I mean the 90s and stuff. She was known like in Double Impact. I don't know,
Right.
you seen Double Impact? She
I
was
mean,
in that.
I've I've heard of the movie. I've never seen it.
Yeah, check it out. And she was on in this other film. It was a B-grade movie in the 90s. It's called Ballistic. And she wasn't like the star of it, but like her impact of the movie, it was very it was interesting. It fascinated me because I knew about the movie because I
Hmm.
seen it like I remember Flex magazine, one of the muscle magazines, they was talking about it, and I seen like they showed like pictures of her like lifting some dude up, and
Wow.
like tossing him like to the wall and stuff like that, and she and
Yeah.
yeah. So
Matter of fact,
I think
yeah. Matter of fact, now that you mention it, like there was a movie I saw a long time ago. Also, when I was a kid, I really didn't like take it seriously, but it was I found, of course, I found it strange at the time. It was this movie called The Cell. It starred Jennifer Lopez, right? And
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
it was
Kim
this principal.
Chivesky.
Yeah,
Kim
yeah.
Chivesky. Yeah,
Bro, I didn't
yeah,
know who she was. I didn't know who she was.
yeah,
I saw this big muscular. I'm like, who is this woman?
yeah.
But
Well, we
she was
got a question. Oh, now go ahead if you
sure. Go ahead.
TRVR. Y'all think muscular women will ever become mainstream? I think we're close. Some muscular women have millions of followers on IG. There's a real market there. I mean, it all depends. Like, it all depends. I don't know. Sorry if
Yeah,
y'all already covered this. I just came. It's all right. You could. I appreciate you coming to the chat. but I mean, my intake is, I mean, I don't know. It happened before, but when they were in movies, it wasn't like somebody starred in it. They were just featured in it.
Right.
If
They wasn't
it
they wasn't the main attraction.
right, yeah, exactly. So I mean, they could be, like I think this recent one with the bodybuilders or something like that.
Yeah.
I forgot the name. Lies and
Yeah, yeah, love lies
yeah,
bleeding.
Love Lies. Yeah. So I don't know like how that's gonna go. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I meant to look up the box office numbers to see how it's doing in theaters because
right.
yeah, like I think it's good. So, but I don't know how other people will take it. So
You
that's
seen the
that's
movie? You seen the
only like
movie?
on I found a way to watch it online. So yeah, I've seen it and it was impressive. It was I would think it was I think it was something that I would write because I enjoyed it. It was a lot of like a lot of imagination put behind that. A lot of creative stuff
Mhm.
that was going on in that film. So yeah, I liked it.
What was it about a little bit? You could you don't have to give the whole movie out, but yeah, just
Oh well, let's see. The film is like is in the it's like I think it's like an action movie, sort of it's
okay.
action slash drama movie, and like I don't see. I want to give the movie away. All I gotta say
I
is like,
forget. I probably,
yeah,
but it's good. But she liked it. That's the
yeah, yeah. I
but
liked
she
it.
liked it.
Yeah,
It seemed like a crime drama type of thing.
yeah, yeah.
Like
That's what I was getting from it, sorta.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, like I don't know, like how because you don't really see, it ain't really like, bodybuilding itself, like as a sport, it's not
No,
really popular,
no,
and a lot of women, they don't get paid. They don't really, they get, they spend, they spend a lot, and they get so little, you know,
right,
like they,
and and
like they
and right,
traveling and bikini and all that stuff.
and
So,
yeah,
and it's
yeah, I
not
heard
like,
that, yeah, because I heard that they spend a lot of money just for competing alone, because
yeah,
that's yeah, because they got there's a lot of stuff that's involved that they have to prepare for in order for
yeah,
them to compete.
yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I mean I mean dealing with the dealing I mean their interest just doing it. It's like it's like heartaches and pains with that. How I
Hmm.
see it. So
Yeah,
some of them they go through a lot of abnormalities and all that stuff, and it's like you kind of like I was always the dude that I would kind of lust over them a lot, but then it's like more and more like you kind of feel for them a bit at
yeah,
times,
right.
So
Because like um, there of course there's a dark side to everything, and
yeah,
it's like once you get into the work, then you'll realize how much stressful it is. Some it doesn't bother them, and some like it kind of affects them, and like some it's just like they just have to push through it. But I understand. I feel for them because that's a lot of work.
right, right. Jay Fuchs is her name. Check out the trailer. I like to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I know Jay
Oh yeah,
Fuchs. She's
yeah.
she's like an
Hmm.
actress.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
seen that trailer.
yeah. There's a film called Body Odyssey coming out soon. I forget the female bodybuilder. I think he's referring to her. That's in it, but
Yeah,
it looks very interesting.
yeah.
And
That's her
he
name. Yeah.
also she's the main character, so there's opportunity there. I mean, if
Right.
you say so, I mean, I can't argue with that, but from the way, like the mainstream, she's from another, she's from I think Germany or something like that. In Germany, I think where she's at, she probably would stand out, but in the United States, that's
Yeah,
the question mark.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it,
because
it,
yeah, unfortunately, United States, like unfortunately you have all these stereotypes about muscular women. So that's, I guess that's why the marketing is like sketchy, because there probably won't be female
Right.
bodybuilders to like a mainstream audience, like like these big time studios. But like if I can be one of those directors that can do that, I would love to be in that arena.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like maybe like if they could do like a cop movie or something, like two lady cops or some shit like that, and they
Yeah,
they
like that.
they stop like a
Yeah,
robbery or something like that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, they end up not liking each other, but then they start kind of teaming up.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe that'll work.
right, like a buddy cop type of movie, like that movie Chips.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, I mean that's I mean ain't no telling like but like far as with the animation like what do you do now what like um for your livelihood you're an artist or
Well, I'm like freelance right now.
okay
I'm mostly freelance. Currently I'm trying to make my next film. This will be my fourth film. Uh, trying to work out the details. So it's a process, you know. So what I can say is that I don't like to rush the process, because if I do, the film won't come out right. So I like to take a lot of time to myself to really get a lot of inspiration. So when the time is right, I'll release this film. And so like that's basically like the whole gist of like what art is. Like it's time and perfection, you know, because if you rush it, it's not gonna look right.
all right TRVR he says last question before I head out Chris who are your top three artistic inspirations I'm a big comic fan.
Oh man. Well, number one, Stan Lee. Number two, the I like the creator of the Batman comic. I think it was character Bob Kane. And
Okay.
who's my third? Let me see. As far as comics, um, hmm, that's a tough one, because I only follow Marvel and DC. But it's not comic related. But I will tell you, as far as like filmmaking, um, my top inspiration is it has to be Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, the creator of Ghostbusters. Well, one of the creator of Ghostbusters.
I don't think he created Ghostbusters. I think he wrote it or
Yeah,
something like that. Helped write it.
he wrote it with Harold
Oh,
Ramis.
yeah.
Yeah, he wrote it
Okay.
with
Yeah.
Harold
Yeah.
Ramis,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then Ivan
Okay.
Reitman. Yeah, Ivan Reitman directed it.
Okay. All right. All right. And he says, "What's your IG?"
Well, I have two IGs. I have is called is Chris O Business, and then that's my main one, and then I have a second one, a backup. Is Chris O Business underscore Swaggy. That's SWAGIE. So
I
you
could
can look
put
me
the
up there.
link there, like when we finish and stuff. So,
Yeah,
like, I'll get your link from the IG and stuff. So,
right.
yeah. Great choices.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. What else is another question I was gonna ask you? What question? It came to me, but I got a little distracted. Yeah, it ain't coming to me now. Yeah, man. Like I was really like kind of I liked your work and stuff. So
Well, thank you so much.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I might as well wrap it up. But I appreciate you giving me your time and giving me the opportunity to talk with you and stuff. Any last words to the viewers or anything like that?
Well, what I want to say is that you're upcoming artists. What I will say is don't ever compare yourself to others. Just be yourself. And um, there's a thing that my mom always taught me. She taught me, as long as they make erasers on pencils, everyone is entitled to make a mistake.
All right, all right. Says, have a good night, Kings. Clyde, keep posting those great pics of FBBs. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. All right, man. Thank you again, man. I appreciate you. I'll follow you again. And yeah, stay tuned. I'll
Thanks,
stay
man.
tuned and stuff. Yeah, no doubt. All right, folks. Peace out.